live. I'm okay. There we go. We live. I'm actually just driving, and I'm gonna set my camera up in a minute. Set it on my dashboard, and just driving and do a little talk. Basically, just wanna do a little driving. Taking a little page from MOT, the way how he drives and talks, and just kind of show the areas in which I drive and stuff like that. Just hoping that my camera actually stays up and keep everything while I'm driving. Okay, change that camera around. Not trying to show myself, actually trying to show the back side of my camera. All right. This thing. Yeah, man, first time, so just trying to make things happen with it. Oh, foot on the brake. So basically, what you're seeing right now is me essentially driving down this road. I'm actually driving to Athens. So just showing you a little route that I actually go on every day, kind of driving more or less, man, easy work, easy money. You know, you're going to start to see basically what I drive, is mostly a lot of country areas, man. You know, it ain't too much to see, you know. See this whole area? You got that over there, which is nothing, and this little shopping plaza over here. And like I said, essentially, what you see is what you get. Nothing spectacular, like I said, take this thing out, go right over here to the side, kind of see this area over here. And pretty much for the most part, like I say, man, easy money. You know, people who like taking road trips, kind of driving down the road with the family and stuff like that, doing little things. Easy, man. Easy, easy, easy. I wonder if for the most part, like I said, there's nothing to do, man. Just sit in here and drive. You know, see a lot of cars pass. Nice cars. Some of these little areas have some real nice cars. Like I say, all you see is woods. All these woods over here to a point where, you know, when you're driving, self-reflect, man. You can listen to music, or you can just kind of be in a mental state of mind to where you're collecting your thoughts, thinking about things that's going on, figuring out your next move. Better and bigger opportunities. You know, because I mean, looking at this area over here, there's plenty of things you can try to get into to thinking about making money. You know, there's plenty, little small businesses you can have. I mean, take this out real quick and show out over there. I don't know if you can see it too good, but that water over there, that's somebody's house. They actually have a lake or so in that backyard, to the point where they actually charge people to come over there and go fishing. So that's one way of making money. You know, if you got a lot of land, you set up something with ATVs where you're letting people, ride on your property with ATVs, you know, make a little money that way. So it's different ways of making money to kind of get out here. And like I say, as I'm driving, what's going on the third, just doing a little video, man, just showing, me working, driving down the road, just talking about different little opportunities that people can get into. I mean, seeing all these trees and stuff, you can actually cut the trees down, sell the trees to a company. You know, there's always need for paper, things of that nature. Firewood, that's a big thing in this area. You catch a lot of places that have fireplaces. You have a lot of people that have bonfires. So if you're not cutting your own trees down, you don't have the time, you can buy this firewood relatively cheap. Nice cut wood, slow burn, depending on the wood. There you go. And that's even like with the land. There's a trailer home on the side of me. I'm gonna grab my camera right now, but you won't be able to see it. But it's all trailer for business. You can use them as mobile homes and stuff like that as well. I'm gonna do a little detouring and stuff like that just to show things in the area. But like I say, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Where I'm at now is in Pendergrass, and I'm driving down to Athens. And just basically showing, different little sites along my route. And like I tell people, it's easy money right here, man. All I'm doing is just sitting in the truck driving, easy money. You know, it's something like for most guys can retire with, man. If you like taking road trips, easy money. A lot of guys don't like working in the warehouse. That's like me. Like I tell guys, riding on this road, it gets boring sometimes. You can listen to the radio, talk on the phone with people. Essentially, there's different things you can do. But ultimately, when it come down to it, like I say, easy money, man. I got police sitting down in the lane right here. Most likely they looking at tags or trying to catch a lot of speeders. But like I say, man, easy money out here. Driving, that's all. It's making this little money like this while driving. No, I ain't doing too much. Got a Trump sign over there. More rural area. Like I said, you got a lot of farmland, all kind of land down here, man. People can do so much. A lot of this land they just inherited by the kids. They not doing nothing with it. Get your money together, man. Buy some land. That's what I'm looking at. Trying to get something for a decent price to where I can, build it up for myself. Like I just passed that little area. I don't know if you've seen it, but the guy over there, he makes barbecue grills. You know, you got this one right over here with this big old flag. You know, that's a little shop right there. They do metal fabrication, and I see they do tree logging too. cut down trees. And believe it or not, right along beside that building, it's a church going back off into the area. If you look ahead, I mean, you see kind of bells up there in front of you. Mike can't see it too much, but all that land, hey, they got the little bales of hay. People go out there. You got a lot of farmland out here. Cows, take all this hay, roll it up, make you some money. Drop them off. You got a lot of the horses going in on there on the land, out here eating the grass. I'm talking about just the land. It's all you see out this way. A lot of people look at Atlanta as, a big part of Georgia. Atlanta's more a fraction compared to all the other areas. Looking at the little smaller cities, uh, cities where it's not a big name. And where I'm trying to figure out the city I'm in right now, a little small one, most likely. See if I can catch a sign that tells me it. But pretty much like I say, all you're doing is dealing with land, nothing but land out here, man. You got a couple of little small business that actually, help within the community. Little small mom and pop corner stores that actually is like a convenience store that converts into a grocery store for a lot of people. I've been to corner stores, the gas stations around here that actually have a whole butcher inside. They sell, meat, seafood, produce. Some of them have fruits and vegetables within there. They buy from local farmers. The meats are from local farmers, even all the way down to the chicken. They even have different sauces and different seasoning, all from locally within the area and throughout. They find a lot of the seasons and sauces that a lot of people look around and kind of deem it's pretty good, and they put it in the store. That's how you bring more of your customers in, homegrown stuff, to the point where you still have the things that they're looking for as well, to where they want to try some new rub. Because I guarantee you, when you get out more in the country, it's a lot of grilling going on, man. A lot of land, a lot of wood, a lot of grilling. You know, Essentially you have like little small mobile home areas over here, to where you can take some land, throw you about 4 or 5 mobile homes on there. At $500 a pop, might not be much, but you end up having, let's say, 6 of them, and that's about $3,000. I want to say a year. Sorry, $3,000 a month. Seeing as if you pay less than 100,000 for so many acres, and then the trailers, you probably get a deal to where you're paying about $200, and you rent them out for 5 or 6. If the land's paid for, you're looking at a gain of anywhere from $300 to like $400 profit if you rent them out for 6, and about let's say $200 because you bought them in bulk or something like that. You making $400 off of each trailer, and you convert out of that money that you're actually spending all the money that is yours. And that also, that shed up there that's on the hill goes with that land. So all that land I just showed with the house all the way towards the end, you essentially had That big old shed up in the front, that's where they probably store all their farming equipment. Like I said, I'm just, making a little video talking about driving, because essentially, man, we can talk about certain things within this space, but you know, I'm trying to let guys know, let's get to this money. You know, you got land out here, it can be used for different ways. You can live on it, you can make produce on it, you can livestock, as far as animals, heck, you can even start a kennel out here. A lot of people complain about dogs. This whole area out here, let's say you have a kennel. Who's gonna complain about the dogs barking? Breeding dogs out this way. Who's complaining about breeding dogs when your closest neighbor is probably about, you know, 2 to 5 miles, maybe even more? You know, I mean, look as I'm driving, you don't see that many houses along this road, and majority of them are off from the main street, at least about you know, a quarter acre back. Very rare you're gonna see too many houses. And look at all those cars up there on that hill. Look at this house I'm passing right here. You know, down that street. Look at this house. There's a house right there beside it. Okay, once you get behind these trees, there's a house. All this land right here. And there's the next house with a barn. Just showing you. I mean, if we really look at it and do the math, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with land. You can ultimately have produce or whatever, bring it back towards the city. You know, like I said, you can have a kennel out here, raise dogs. You know, big with having a veterinarian facility out here. A lot of people have animals to the extent where they're gonna have to take their animals somewhere if they're sick or something like that. You know, domestic or commercial. You know, they still gonna have to have someone look at them, because you got to look at it. A lot of the cows and stuff within the area, if they start to kind of get sick and pass things on to others, that kills your whole livestock. You kind of checking on them, testing them. There's ways of doing all that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end this. But like I said, just wanted to show a lot of people as I'm driving, a different route that I take. You know, like I said, easy money. Essentially, got nobody calling me unless there's an issue with my load that I need to take care of. Is there's an issue with you know something on a pickup that I probably need to do. But other than that, I'm just driving. You know, you see a lot of these 18 wheelers out here doing the same thing, just driving. Ultimately, you want to be responsible when you're driving. You know, kind of adhere to the speed limit so you won't get tickets. You know, get a lot of rest, because that's going to essentially help you, driving within the days. If you start looking at most companies, they have electronic logging when you're going far. They're kind of monitoring your time in which you're driving, because ultimately DOT has set rules and regulations to follow when it comes to driving. You know, the amount of hours you're supposed to drive within a day, the amount of hours you're supposed to drive within a week, and essentially getting a proper amount of sleep. You know, that's the best thing to do when driving, man. You got to worry about your life and others. And considering that you're driving a big truck, you're taking a lot of responsibility in your hand for people's lives as well as your own. So what you want to do is more or less be considerable, man. You got to understand there's someone's family out there in that car, just as if you don't want nobody to, kind of, it do happen to where guys kind of misjudge or a turn or something like that. Accidents do happen, but you're not out here willing to cause an accident just on purpose. You got to take that into consideration. Know what you're doing, understand what's going on, watch how you're driving, because ultimately and essentially, you know, you got a lot of lives in your hand when doing this job. So that's why I kind of tell guys to get a lot of rest when they're driving. I mean, take for instance, like I say with this gas station, it has two restaurants inside that gas station. I've delivered to there, and essentially it sell like the small things, bread, mayonnaise, stuff like that. But back to what I was saying, you want to kind of get the rest, knowing that you have to get a DOT card as well. And when you get in this DOT card, you got to take a physical. Ultimately, when hired, you get a drug screening to kind of see, if you're actually doing any drugs. And that speaks to also with that life insurance that I always talk about. When you get that life insurance, those little tests like that, anything that you mark on those tests or anything that they develop, you know, when they're searching, doing the physical, all those things are being marked down. And, I want to go ahead and go out with this by saying when it comes to life insurance, you have to understand every medical record that is in the system up under your name, they're looking at it. Every record that you have ever broke a leg, went in for substance abuse or anything, those insurance companies are looking at that and they're determining how much your premium will be as far as your insurance, So it's best to kind of do it when you're younger. And ultimately, if you're planning a future for your family, and even if you don't have a family, you know, tend to think about the family members that you care about. Because, like I said, ultimately, when someone dies in the family, you don't have life insurance, for one, it's a reset. For two, the wealth is gone. You know, you may have had houses that you didn't leave to no one, it goes to the state. Because dealing with probate court, it's a hassle. Everything get locked in, and if you're not married and family members want to gain access to it, it's locked in probate until everyone comes to an agreement on which they want to actually, sign off who gets what. And it gets expensive because, you're willing and dealing within the system. It's not nothing easy. I mean, unless you get a lawyer and go through that, but you're also essentially paying a lawyer. So you have, family members that actually have things and they've never been married. If they don't have a will or some type of trust set up, ultimately to kind of recognize things and show the proper way in which things need to be, paid out or given to certain family members, it's going to be an issue. So for that, I'm gonna go ahead and jump.